Cool. Okay, so welcome to the second podcast of Expedition Koh Rong Samloem. Today we've got 4 people around the table. We've got... Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Harrison Bates. I'm Director of Media.
I'm Hannah Hudson. I'm botanist on the team and logistics officer.
I'm Ben Toulson. I'm Expedition Leader and I'm studying the amphibians and reptiles.
And I'm Edward Ivney Cook, entomologist and communications and social media officer.
Great.
Done.
So unlike last time when we said we were going to do a video podcast and we didn't, this time we have done a video podcast and provided we can get around to editing it. Yeah, that's nice. So we've been here, what, two weeks in Cambodia now?
Yep.
1 week?
1 week here.
Yep.
1 week in Phnom Penh.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell them what we did in the first week?
First week we got ready for this week
Yeah.
by getting any kit that we didn't already have. Visas extended. A little bit of touristy things. Had the local cuisine.
Just a
what
bit.
else did we do?
Just a
It
tad.
seems like an age ago.
Yeah, we basically just readied ourselves for...
Yeah, just went to a couple of markets to get...
And also we had those meetings with Fauna and Flora International and with the University of Cambodia.
Yep.
Um,
Met with our Cambodian students and their vice dean. So it was a lot of meeting people. It was good, especially considering most of them we'd only known through emails for about a year. So it's good to finally meet people face to face.
I'm still getting his name wrong. Barry. It's Barry, isn't it?
Yes, it
Barry
is.
Mulligan, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a really good meeting. I really enjoyed that.
That was cool. That was
Yeah.
actually where I first found out that there might be carnivorous plants on the island.
Mhm.
And there are.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Unison.
That was perfectly timed.
That wasn't
So-
even rehearsed.
So cool.
We're all just so excited about it.
And you're both just crumping your hair at the same time. You guys.
I think it's
Hannah and I have had a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that meeting with Barry was really insightful, particularly because of the herpetologist expert that he had sort of giving advice to Ben,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and the fact that we've got the last book, and we've been entrusted with making sure it doesn't get
The last,
destroyed.
the last guide to the amphibians of Cambodia that they have,
Yeah.
and they've let us take it out here. So that was nice of them.
No pressure.
No, it's fine. No, it's very safe.
Yeah.
Tucked away in the cabin.
Under lock and key.
Yes. Well. Close enough.
Close enough.
Huttonwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's no big storm.
And we went to the university.
Yep, Royal University of Phnom Penh, and we're going to go to the Royal University of Agriculture after we've finished as well. To that's where all our Cambodian students are from. So we're going to go see them.
So we've got 8 in total
Mm.
that have been helping us, because we've been on this island for a week so far, and they've been helping us with basically doing transects or sorting everything out, and they've been really useful so far.
Yes.
Because they seem to have tons of enthusiasm, especially for invertebrates,
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
around,
Grabbing
running around
things.
just grabbing invertebrates left, right, and centre.
I mean, they tell me they've got no field experience at all, but they're really good.
Yeah.
Like, and they're really savvy when it comes to jungle tracking. Very
Yes.
resourceful,
Yeah.
which is great. Makes it a lot
Yeah.
easier for the rest of us. They're also super fit, and it's hard to keep up. But
I know. So we've been on three hikes. Was it?
I think you guys, you've
Two and
done
a half.
3, and did the other one the other day with them.
First one wasn't really a hike. It was
Okay.
a stroll.
True.
Yeah, the first one was a stroll.
2.5.
But yeah,
And
so
3.
we've gone through all the different habitats. There's a lowland area, and then a couple of different jungle areas. And then I went out with just me and the Cambodian students. Just went halfway down the island the other day, which took about 3 or 4 hours.
So did you go to the middle
Yeah,
bit of the island where they haven't really been before?
yeah. We went a really. We were following the trek, just in the trails, and then they just ran out.
Yeah.
So-
you just went through.
We just used the compass and the GPS and
Isn't it?
winged
Yeah.
it.
Did
That's
you
a
see
great-
any of the clearings that Barry had
No.
talked about?
I don't think we were quite in the right area for that. But
Yes. So to explain that, on the map of Koh Rong Samloem that's been made, there's a couple of, I don't know, 3 or 4 areas that basically no one's been there, so we don't actually know what's there apart from the satellite image looks like it's a
area of natural clearing.
Yeah. So we're hoping to potentially, especially for Laura Higgs, habitat specialist, that she might go a little look in and have a gander what's there.
Yeah.
Which would be really interesting. particularly because they found on those mountain regions they found loads of just carnivorous plant meadows. So it could be that
The pitcher plants.
pitcher plant, which would be amazing. Because
Yeah.
you've found some already, haven't you, Hannah?
Yeah, I found some on the coast that way, and I found some close to the school, but there was only one. But the ones by the coast are dying, so I don't quite know what's going on with that. But I've taken pictures, and I found one that's surviving, like in amongst it all. So I took pictures of that, but I've also got pictures of the general thing to maybe get it diagnosed. I don't know if you can diagnose the disease of a pitcher plant through photos, but
Do they have seasonal variation?
I don't think so. See, I wasn't aware that we could get pitcher plants on the island, so I've just been looking at orchids before we came.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be getting some papers in the next few days to read once we get internet access.
Having pitcher plants on the island, does that mean that there's a different type of biodiversity here at all, or anything like that, or is there?
It would mean they're under threat. Like they're really badly under threat because the commercial price of them is quite good. From what I've read of it, of the little things that Berry gave me, it looks as though when you find them, there was one example, I can't remember which country it was, but they found either a new species or a new species to the area of pitcher plants, and by the time the experts got there, they'd all been dug up and sold for commercial. So they're pretty endangered. Because you go to school fairs sometimes and you see not necessarily pitcher plants, but Venus flytraps.
I guess you don't get that kind of. I mean,
and they're so cool in the how they were.
Oh, they're amazing. Amazing.
So I'll probably go on that walk that you did and look out for pitcher plants and orchids.
Yeah.
So it'll probably take a lot longer.
Because you found some orchids on that coastal path as well.
Yeah, we have found some orchids. Not many, but I don't think we're expected to find many because it's not flowering.
Yeah.
I mean, some obviously are in flower because we've seen them.
Oh, so.
Pretty cat.
I've been expecting you, Mr. Bond. Just so that people are watching this, I have found a cat. There is very
That's,
cute animals on our
yeah.
island.
And that's one for the mammal list.
Yeah, mammal list.
So how? So you sort of updated us on plants. How is amphibians going?
Amphibians going well. Did our first proper survey yesterday, and just starting on the edge of the jungle before we started working in. But we found a lot of frogs in the night and a snake
Yeah.
who was trying to eat the frog.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I nearly leant on him. I could hear some frogs somewhere, and so I went to. It was sort of uneven ground. And I went to lean on this tree just to get a better look. And as I put my arm down, I saw this little tail.
It's like, take that away. Do you know what sort of snake it was? Or? Yeah.
Not entirely sure, but a green cat snake, possibly, or a green tree snake, possibly. But yeah, we'll
Send it off and.
send it off to the people that are really know their stuff.
So how do you do your transects with the amphibians? Do you walk along?
The way I've always done them before is go to a good area like a pond or a river. You do a visual survey for half an hour, just walking around. So we so we were there last night. But these ones we found were all very vocal, so it made them a lot easier to find. We just wandered around to see what we could find, and then we got a sort of Pyrex dish which we can put them in, so that we can photograph them underneath for ID purposes and get all the different angles, and then it gives us a good idea of what we've got.
And what time do you go out?
Last night we went out. It's about 8 o'clock, so it was quite dark. I think tonight we're going to do it again a bit earlier, at dusk. I mean, it shouldn't make much of a difference, but it's just it's a lot easier to find them in the dark, and they're starting to cool more, and they show up quite well as well under a head torch. So
well, especially when you've got your head torch.
Yeah,
Light to 1,000.
The bright as day head torch.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.